What's good, your boy ATK reaction, and today we about to react to a SunnyV2 video. You know what I'm saying? This one's a little close and personal. You feel me? They talk about MTV Cribs, and I'm not gonna say too much. I know y'all read the title. We gonna wait till we get to the video. But if y'all have not hit that sub yet, hit that sub button, hit that like button. The goal is 400 by the end of this month. I've been slacking, but we still got a lot of days in the month left, so I still got hope. You know what I mean? But all that being said, make sure y'all keep recommending videos I want to see down on the channel, so I know what to react to. But let's get to this video. Alright, y'all, this is MTV Cribs was extremely fake, and here's the evidence. Now, seeing this title hurt my heart, bro, because I was heavy on MTV Cribs growing up. That was my show, you know what I'm saying? That was my go-to. I stayed watching it. But we gonna see what they gotta say about this. I'm not feeling this. I'm not feeling with the title already. But let's get to it.
Decents Ferraris.
You're not gonna tell me it was
rented. Fake. Robbie Williams' castle home. It belonged to someone else.
You telling me he didn't really own that castle?
Exactly legit.
And we said that was my house.
Oh, that wasn't your house?
No, it's all lies.
Redman's house was actually his house.
The episode with Ja Rule. He flexed his 5-bedroom mansion on Star Island in Miami, where he talked about living beside other famous celebrities. The house was so familiar that Ja Rule named each area, calling his courtyard the Open Paradise, which was patrolled by his guard dog Cookie. It was shown in the intro that the property was a rental, but this was assumed to be on a long-term basis, given he knew almost everything about the mansion.
Wanted it for the day. What's wrong with that?
As it turns out, Ja Rule's house on Cribs was actually a 4-day rental, which was exposed in the most embarrassing way, by lawsuit. Ja Rule paid $46,000 for the 4-day lease, promising the mansion's owner it'd be used as a private home for 8 adults with no video shoots and no loud parties. Well, Ja Rule broke all 3 conditions, shooting his MTV episode whilst having a party with over 600 people.
Damn!
In the process, holes were punched in the walls, furniture and doors were damaged, the driveway somehow cracked, while condoms and syringes were left throughout the house. As a result, Ja Rule and MTV were sued for—
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Ever since I was born in 03, you know what I'm saying? Ever since I was born in 03, I'm not gonna lie, I've consistently seen Ja Rule taking L's. Now, I know once upon a time of the game, you know what I'm saying, he was popping. But in my lifetime, with me being conscious of consistently seeing Ja Rule, it's always something negative, you know what I'm saying? Hey, Ja Rule, you got hits. I mess with you, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just like, damn. From the outside looking in, every time I hear something about Ja Rule, something negative, brother. Dave Chappelle, you and 50 Cent still beefing for 30 years, you know what I'm saying? Ja Rule, I don't know, bro. I don't know. I don't know, man. The performance like when saying your song
live in, as the Yin Yang Twins was laughably out of character. The Atlanta gangster rapping duo opened the door revealing the most suburban house filled with fish tanks, sailing boats, and sea-related artwork.
I mean, we waving like the sea. We decorated this ourselves now.
That mansion was definitely decorated by some old white people, not the Yin Yang Twins.
That don't even say.
Clearly just a random
you had to explain this
guy's house that likes to fish and likes boats.
They'd even argue over where they bought appliances and had to improvise names for each of the fish.
I mean,
you can tell the Yin Yang Twins have never been in that house. It seemed they at least owned the vehicles at the end, as the cars displayed by Bow Wow were rented for the show. He was just 18 years old during his first Cribs appearance, but despite having starred in some high-profile movies, it seemed unrealistic that he could afford a 6-bedroom mansion and a fleet of luxury cars. With his name airbrushed above his bed, it seemed as though Bow Wow at least owned the house.
Nah, that's crazy, because I ain't gonna lie. I knew it was fake, but when I was a kid, you couldn't tell me this wasn't Bow Wow's house, you know what I'm saying? It says Bow Wow above his bed, it gotta be his house, but looking back at it, it obviously wasn't a real crib, but like the fact that we even thought this was even possible.
The luxury vehicles were a little more suspicious.
But it was still a fire show.
Because 2 years later, he'd go on the show again, during which a viewer made an observation. We had MTV Cribs running in the background, and watched 21-year-old Bow Wow show off his bachelor pad in Miami, along with his pimped-out Bentley, Lamborghini, and Cadillac Escalade. But then we noticed the word Prestige at the bottom of all 3 cars, and decided to Google Prestige Rental Cars Miami. And what do you know, there it was. Prestige was the name of the company that Bow Wow rented the cars from, which was likely encouraged by the show, as Birdman also used the service during his appearance. Regardless, people clowned on Bow Wow, stating, ha ha ha, I wonder if he rented the condo too, which by looking at his life was also highly likely. For example, he'd post his Ferrari to his Instagram, writing, take the drop top to the night spot, keep the California in California, we went hard tonight, Grammy week, weekend, which was then reposted by a car rental company who accidentally exposed our good friend Bow Wow pulling up to the Grammys with our Ferrari California.
Why they do that for? They know they were doing.
It was exposed for flexing a rented Hollywood mansion, but the worst example was in 2017 when he posted this to his Instagram. He showed the private jet he was taking to his concert, yet the very same day this Snapchat went viral. So this guy Lil Bow Wow is on my flight to NY, but on Instagram
so this guy, I'm done. I'm not finna sit here and tolerate the Bow Wow disrespect, bro. Y'all seen Like Mike. You know what I'm saying? Off that movie alone, bro, he's good for life. You know what I'm saying? I understand, Bow Wow. You do a lot of corny things. I don't know why you do it, but you allowed to, bro. He was Bow Wow. Y'all always sing his songs. Y'all wanted to shoot like Mike. Y'all all wanted that. Y'all can't disrespect Bow Wow like this no more, bro. I can't tolerate it. I'm sorry. I just can't. Like, this was bad, though. This is bad. Bow Wow. This was bad, but come on, bruh.
A picture of a private jet caption traveling to NY today, shaking my head. Turns out Bow Wow's picture of his private jet had been taken from a limo company's website, prompting people to dig even deeper, discovering he'd done this on more than one occasion. It seems his MTV Cribs episode led to years and years of faking luxury, but as mentioned in Bow Wow's expose, 50 Cent had done a similar thing. 50 Cent's episode was the definition of excess. He showed his 19-bedroom, 35-bathroom mansion, which included a squash court, movie theater, recording studio, and its very own nightclub. Equally impressive was his car collection, which included 4 different rare collectible Ferraris, leading him to state,
I know you ain't see these before when you was watching Cribs because everybody ain't got these.
Yet it seems 50 Cent didn't have them either. Each Ferrari had little numbers on their windshields, leading to a forum post reading. If you notice the small white numbers in the top left-hand corner of the windshields on the F50 and Enzo, those are the numbers of the cars that were in the Hartford Concorso parade, which was confirmed when the user posted these photos. Another forum member added, it's pretty obvious that they aren't his, because it's a known fact that there's only one yellow Enzo in CT, which was owned by a pretty well-known hedge fund manager. Well, someone else then officially confirmed. The Ferraris are unfortunately not 50 Cent's. He invited my friend over to his house for this, and my friend let him use his cars for the episode, and they were filming some music videos that day as well.
Okay, but you ain't had to say that though.
599 all belonged to one owner. When 50 Cent later filed for bankruptcy, he'd admit the cars were rented. He'd instead pay off debts by selling his mansion, therefore joining the likes of JoJo, who admitted to doing MTV Cribs while she was actually homeless.
We know Redmond's
JoJo showed MTV through her Cape Cod vacation home, where she supposedly loved spending her summers. It was therefore a little weird that she'd invite her extended family, but she'd reveal the reason for this exactly 10 years later. JoJo was asked about the episode in a Huffington Post interview, to which she'd respond it was so ridiculous. The thing is, we didn't have a home at that point. My mum and I were living out of suitcases and were mostly in hotels. So that was actually my uncle's house on the Cape. That wasn't my house, that wasn't my stuff. I should have balled hard and been like, welcome to my crib, look at how luxurious it is, and I should have rented out a place. But no, I just used my uncle's crib. JoJo further clarified.
So we went to the Cape, which I've never been to the Cape. I never go to the Cape, and we said that was my house.
Oh, that wasn't your house?
No, that was not my house. We brought in some items that I had. It's all lies.
Should also answer the question,
why even bother doing the episode then?
For the exposure. Oh, okay.
But no episode was faker than the one by Robbie Williams. He showed MTV his massive British castle, talking about the spots where he'd been snapped by paparazzi. He then shows his group of friends before making a joke.
I don't really know these people, but what I do is I actually phone rent a friend.
But apparently he'd also phoned Rent a Castle.
He didn't really know
the building was so big that people recognized it as the famous St. Catherine's Court, which was owned by someone
Now, why would you use a public building like that?
Jane Seymour. She had no idea that Robbie ever went there, or that he'd hired a fake butler to help out with the shoot. It wouldn't be until 17 years later that Robbie finally admitted we didn't let Jane know that I was gonna pretend it was my house. And because I was like 20 23 and full of spunk, I didn't even consider other people's thoughts or feelings.
That's kinda wild,
So
bro.
I'd like to take this opportunity to apologize to Jane Seymour, but it might not have even
Shout out,
been
Jane.
Robbie Williams' fault. Because Redman explained in a DJ Vlad interview that MTV
Shout
tried
out
to get him
Redman.
to rent a
That
house
was his
for
real
Cribs.
spot.
They wanted me to rent a house so I can open the big double doors and shit like, yo, look at my shit, you know.
With MTV trying to choose the home themselves.
The first thing they said was, all right, we got a couple of houses picked out for you. Wow. And I was like,
Shout out Redman. He had the
Redman
real.
simply refused,
And I said, you know
We
what?
all know
Nah,
Redman was
I don't
real.
want to rent a house. I want y'all to come to my house.
accidentally making the show's most relatable episode.
Facts.
He brought MTV Cribs to his
best
two-bedroom
episode.
apartment, where he ironed his shirts on the floor and flexed his frozen fish fillets.
Hey, yo.
Redman's recording studio was just a messy bedroom,
That's
whilst the
hilarious.
rest of his house was in such disarray, you could barely notice his cousin sleeping on the ground.
They did a double
Concludes the
take on the
episode
cousin.
stating, next time y'all need to find me, just
Yes.
rub these 2 wires for the doorbell.
Don't worry about the screen.
Nah,
too.
Redman had the most
The realest
iconic
episode of
most iconic episode of MTV Cribs. I don't care. We all knew the other one was fake. Redman, shout out to Redman. You had the best episode. You know what I'm saying? When the screen door went through, I couldn't relate to that. That was OD. Pass the level down bad. That was that. But that was real, and I respect it. Shout out SunnyV2 if y'all not still page. Go hit that sub button over there. But now I knew MTV Cribs was fake, but it do like when you was a kid, bro, you couldn't tell me that was fake. You couldn't tell me 50 didn't have them cards. You know what I'm saying? Even low-key hearing it again, knowing that they were in his, it's still kind of like I'm like, are you sure? You know what I'm saying? 'Cause that's 50 Cent. Come on now. But I get it, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you trying to make them look good. But me personally, I would have had to show y'all the real deal. You feel me? Y'all would have walked into my apartment. I would say this the room, this the bathroom, that's the kitchen. Have a good day. That's what I would have did. But let me know down below, was y'all watching MTV's Cribs or y'all too young or old? Let me know how y'all was. If you're not sub with the sub and I like bunch of ATK now. We out here.